Hi, welcome to another TeaBreakBeats video. It's been about 2 years since I purchased the MC-101, so I thought I'd share my thoughts after owning it for some time. I'm going to be talking about why I purchased the MC-101, how I've been using it, what I like and what I think can be improved. Why I purchased the MC-101. I got the MC-101 just before the pandemic started, as I began working on an away job in Manchester and was commuting back and forth from London every weekend. The train journey was about 2 hours each way, so I was looking for something portable and battery powered to take with me on the road, but also to have some gear with me in Manchester for the evenings, as I spent an entire year without a TV. The only other battery powered Groovebox I had at the time was the MPC Live, but it's just not practical to take with you when you also have your weekend bag and laptop. The MPC is also quite expensive, so travelling around alone with it is something else to worry about. At the time, I was deciding between a Korg Electribe and the original Novation circuit, when Roland released the MC-101 at around the same price point. What swayed me towards the MC-101 was that it was really small and portable. It could be run on batteries and had the ability to multi-track the audio out of each track separately into the DAW over USB. I also liked that it was built using the powerful Zen-Core synth engine, but you could also import your own samples. The Electribe and circuit had been out for quite a few years at that point, so I was thinking that new versions were just around the corner. I was right about the circuit, but we're still waiting for a new Electribe. So that's why I picked up the MC-101, because of its small form factor, battery operation and multi-track output. How have I been using it? Just as I picked up the MC-101, the world pretty much entered into lockdown, and I was stuck away from home without access to most of my gear. All I had with me was the MC-101, my laptop and a pair of headphones. Having only the MC-101 with me gave me some focus, and I decided that I was going to learn this thing inside out. At the same time, I started this YouTube channel to share what I was learning. I was initially worried about only having 4 tracks, but what I found really interesting is only having 4 tracks to work with forces you to work around the limitations. Sound selection becomes really important as you have to make every track count and every sound count. Also, I tend to follow a set structure. Track 1 is always my drums and one-shot samples. Track 2 is my bass. Track 3 is chords or pads, and track 4 is my lead sound. With physical buttons and no touchscreen, I started getting some muscle memory on the unit. Although there is some menu diving and awkward key combinations, I've gotten used to it pretty quickly, and building up tracks is now quite fast. Over the years, I've created a couple of tracks just by using this box. I tend to start off the ideas on the MC-101 and then finish them up in Ableton Live. Watch a couple of my beat breakdown videos. I'll link to them in the description below. Also, all the background music to this video was also made on the MC-101. What I like, it's an amazing box to take on holiday with you. I've taken it on a trip out of London, and it's great to just be able to bang out some beats without being tied to a power outlet. And because you can multi-track everything out into the DAW, I'm much more likely to use the patterns I make in a finished track, rather than just having an expensive toy. Firmware updates. When I initially got the unit, there was a steady stream of firmware updates to keep new features coming. Although these have stalled over the last year, I hope they can keep them coming. There are also lots of classic Roland preset sounds. While some of these sound quite cheesy, with the most recent update, you can edit the synth engine to unlock even more sound design options. There are also lots of sound packs you can download for free. Battery life is also pretty decent, with typically about 4 to 5 hours of runtime. And because it uses AA batteries, I can easily carry around a spare set with me, instead of having to wait to recharge the device. And if you're new to learning the MC-101, the community is also pretty friendly, with people helping each other out across Facebook, YouTube and Reddit. What I think can be improved for a Mark II device. I wish there was a current battery level indicator. Whilst there is a low battery warning message that flashes, there was one time where the warning flashed and the unit shut off before I had a chance to save. Whilst there are some workarounds, I hope they can add a sidechain compressor. Also, the pads are not velocity sensitive. Whilst you can edit the velocity in the step sequencer afterwards, you can't play it in using the pads. I wish the screen didn't look like a calculator from the 80s. Even borrowing the 707 screen would be better. Also, I wish there was an easier way to slice samples, or have an inbuilt microphone or line input to sample sounds. I wish the headphone jack was at the side or the back of the unit, as sometimes when jamming on the couch, the headphone jack digs into your lap, especially if you tilt the unit up so that it's easier to see. I also wish there was a free software patch editor so that you can make your own synth patches using the Zen-Core synth engine. I know you can use Zenology Pro, but I don't believe in buying subscriptions, and I don't need the VST functionality of Zenology, so the $200 lifetime key seems a bit expensive with just a patch editor. In conclusion, I think this is a solid entry into the world of Grooveboxes, and it's probably my favourite device to take out and about. Its biggest strength is the combination of portability and capability. It's small enough to take anywhere, but powerful enough that the ideas you create on it can easily become finished tracks. There are definitely a few things I'd like Roland to improve in a future update or a Mark II version, but overall, I've been really happy with it, and it continues to be a regular part of my workflow. If you own one, let me know in the comments what your favourite feature is and what you'd like to see improved. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more music production content.